SoundOff, Louisiana's premier television sports talk show, is on deck from the Caesars Sportsbook at Horseshoe Lake Charles. The three wise guys are mic'd up and ready. SoundOff begins now.
It's another Sound Off, best 30 minutes in sports entertainment and information in Southwest Louisiana right here. We guarantee it. We guarantee it with money back guarantee. So if you're not satisfied and you want your money back after watching the show, call Kevin Guidry. His email and address will be on the screen. It's a money back guarantee.
We're going to always make sure you get your money's worth every
But
show.
if you don't like it, call him in the white shirt.
And if you don't
there.
like what these guys are saying, just focus on me.
Kind of hard not to.
Yeah. Welcome into our traveling circus, which is SoundOff coming from Caesars Sportsbook.
By the way, we have
Lake
made up since Tuesday.
We have.
Guidry, Hobbs, and Cerro. Deep dive tonight. Deep dive on the McNeese Cowboys. Deep dive on the LSU Tigers and where they stand.
Rick, I'm being blown away. We got two Texas A&M guys walking by with shirts and caps on.
We'll talk about the
Aggies. Was
Aggies.
this playing, Rick, or what?
And they're next up.
I knew
well
you
planned.
to do that.
All right. Speaking of deep thoughts, we've got McNeese basketball coach Will Wade later on in the show. He's always deep. I love the
Coach
Wade.
Wade is good.
I love the
He's a good interview,
Wade-isms.
man.
I should be writing all of them down over 2 years. Wade-isms. I got one that I'll tell y'all if we have time in the show. All right, let's jump on the sinking ship that is adorned with fleur-de-lis, black and gold, and who, what? That would be the Saints. 2 and 5. 5 straight losses. Yes, it has been this bad, but I just don't see it turning around because of the extent of the injuries. There's no help. There's no cavalry coming, Scooter. There's no cavalry.
Oh, at least, and this just came out Tuesday, at least some, well, I guess it's internet fools, but somebody put on the internet, they made it look like official Saints stationery, that they were having open tryouts last Saturday.
Stop it,
What is this, the Replacements?
Stop
the movie?
it.
No,
what's the
I hadn't got that bad.
quarterback's name? Hey, let me finish. Willie, is it Willie Gay, the cornerback?
Yeah.
He was trying
Linebacker.
to tell people, no, that's not. They put the time, be there promptly at 9 a.m.
When is
People showed. Can you imagine the beer bellies and stuff that
Are this legitimate?
Yes.
I didn't hear this.
But that ain't the best part. There was a tight end who apparently was at least in a training camp 15 years ago for a couple of weeks. Flew in on a red eye from Fort Lauderdale.
You serious about this, right?
That's embarrassing.
Yes.
Oh my God.
That's embarrassing. Look, legitimately, they did. Mickey Loomis picked up Marcus Valdez-Scantling to help the receivers.
Well, don't we have a week before trading deadline ends? A week?
November 5.
Okay.
November 5.
2 weeks.
Look, if you want to go there, let's go there. All right. Is it worth it? They're not going to make the playoffs.
No, you're right.
So,
you're right.
I think you start making deals. If you want to shed some salary and some and get a draft pick,
it's
whatever.
Not gonna make a difference this year. It's not
I mean, but I don't know what you do in this situation. You're not going to get the kind of infusion of talent they need.
It's almost unprecedented.
But
kind of is.
When you have this, the thing that bothers me, Rick, is that when you have this many injuries to key guys, when this happens, and I'm not being funny, guys, it happens on other teams before. When you have this many infusions of injuries on one team, it can cause other players to get injured also. Do you know what I mean when I say that?
Yeah, I can buy into that.
You got a card not being able to put the ball in the right spot, and you got a guy that's throwing the ball where it's not supposed to be in the receiver.
All of a sudden they're trying to make a play and something weird happens. Yeah, it's crazy. All right. So who do you blame? Do you blame
Monday
the golf?
morning, my daughter texted me.
Yeah.
I sure had fun not watching the Saints.
Yeah. I got a lot done too. I mean, who do you blame? Do you blame the golf guy, the football guys? Do you blame the coaches and the staff for not having these reserves playing better? Or do you blame GM Mickey Loomis for not having this roster better? Maybe not making a deal or two before the trade deadline.
It's on Mickey Loomis, Rick. That's
A
on
lot of
Mickey
it, I think, a lot of it falls.
No,
I think it
that's
does
on
fall
Mickey
on Mickey
Loomis,
Loomis.
man.
I
That's
think
like
it does.
blaming the city for
You know,
flooding in
you
a
know
hurricane.
that's going to happen.
Yeah.
Rick.
I mean,
You
I
know
don't know.
that's
I
gonna
don't know
happen.
what they were supposed to do. In fact, I mean, the extent of these injuries, does that give Dennis Allen an out?
No.
No.
Okay.
No,
I'm just
unfortunately not.
asking.
No,
No.
not at all.
I mean, it's almost not fair to fire a guy
No, it is.
when he doesn't have.
But no, I got you. But
But-
he's gone.
But Scooter, the thing was, Scooter, when he had all those guys playing,
He
he
had
still
them.
wasn't doing.
2-0.
We're not even starting this year.
No,
off. Let it
no,
go.
even
Let
the
that go.
next couple of games.
Let that go, Rick.
No,
it
all
go.
right. Here's my rant. Cam Jordan, Demario Davis, Tyrann Mathieu,
I know where you're going
Ryan
with this.
Ramczyk,
I
and
know where
even
you're
Marcus
going.
Lattimore.
I know where
All
you're
right?
going.
They've lost a step. Ramczyk is out. I don't think he's coming back because of the knee injury. It's time to cut bait, guys. It's time to cut bait. At the end of the year, they're a step slow. They're not performing. I know it's harsh, but either you trade them or they cut and you just start getting draft picks and you start rebuilding. It's that bad. Defensively, this is an embarrassing team defensively.
Rick.
Embarrassing.
Now, when you say this, it's time
Not
to
sure
cut.
that's the answer.
When you say it's time
It's
to
the
cut
answer.
bait,
Don't
time.
get rid of Honey Badger.
when
It's
you say
time.
it's time to cut bait, Rick, you got to
You see that
realize.
interception he dropped?
And you go get all these other new guys and stuff.
It's also
Who's going to
bleeds
be
them.
your leader when you do this, Rick?
Find him.
Dennis Allen? Because
Find him.
You got to be careful what you do
Hey,
now.
find the Max Bar
You
and
gotta be
Grill
careful.
in Westlake.
Always.
It's easy to find and worth the drive from wherever you may be in Southwest Louisiana. Top floor of the National Golf Club. Open 7 days a week. All your Louisiana menu favorites. Plus the outdoor patio overlooking the Nationals' 18th green. Enjoy lunch, dinner, weekend brunches, inside or out. Family atmosphere, great prices, and service to match. Go to the Max in lovely Westlake.
It is good. The Miller Lights win the big game.
You're right, Luke. Miller Lite is less filling and tastes great.
Wait, is this a dream?
No, Luke. This is a Miller Lite commercial.
What are you doing with the Johnson sofa?
They had a pipe break. Water leaked all over.
Really?
I'm a Roto-Rooter plumber.
Really?
We do water cleanup too.
Really?
Yeah.
Call Roto-Rooter for plumbing and water cleanup.
Locally owned Roto-Rooter of Southwest Louisiana does it all. Plumbing, drain cleaning, and water cleanup.
Now's the perfect time to enjoy your amazing backyard. Unless you have a mosquito problem, contact the experts at J&J Exterminating and take advantage of $50 off initial service. Make this summer the best ever with J&J Exterminating.
J&J Exterminating. Yeah.
When you can't rely on technology, you can rely on Mountain Cold Refreshment.
Dave's back on.
Coors Light. Choose chill.
Sound off coming from our new home, Caesars
Yes.
Sportsbook, Horseshoe Lake Charles, home of Gordon Ramsay Steakhouse. Yes, that Gordon Ramsay. All right. Aged prime steaks.
It's the best in town, Rick.
I mean, freshest seafood you're going to have is also on the menu, and legendary items like beef Wellington.
Yeah.
Now, can you imagine if Gordon Ramsay is working the restaurant one week, we lured him out of the restaurant,
That
at
would
the
be
steakhouse
nice.
that would be on the show?
That could happen. That
He'd
could
probably
happen.
have a
You
fisticuffs.
make
He'd
it
probably
happen.
be
That could
fisticuffs
happen.
with you.
You gotta
That could
make
happen,
it
man.
happen.
That's
Yeah,
that could happen.
he's pretty spicy. That would
He
be
is.
Gordon
He
Ramsay
is.
Steakhouse, right here at Horseshoe Lake Charles.
Yes.
All right, let's take that deep dive. We're going to get into McNeese, but first up, the LSU Tigers. Look, a critical, convincing win at Arkansas. Brian Kelly said after the game, he sees all the components of an emerging team and a team that, yes, despite what the man on the far end who used to play for LSU is saying, this is a team that is now a contender
I don't
for
want
the
my
SEC
Tigers to get
championship.
caught up drinking the Kool-Aid. I love my
I
Tigers.
know what you're doing.
Make no mistake. They're in a good place
This
right
is
now.
an emerging,
They're in a good
improving
place
I
right now.
football
don't think
team.
it's that. I don't think they have proven anything to where you could call it Kool-Aid yet. They've still got a ways
agree.
to go.
I agree.
But let me ask you this. Gosh knows he needs to figure out season openers, Brian Kelly.
Yeah.
Let it go, Scooter.
Yeah.
Oh, my
But
God.
can we at
He'll
least
be
say
4-0 still.
that consistently
0-4.
Kelly's teams get better
Yes.
as
Good
the
point.
year goes on?
Good point. Give
Hello?
him credit.
Hello? Anybody home?
That's questionable.
Yeah. Anybody
That's
home?
questionable, Scooter. That's questionable. Honestly, that's questionable. Look,
How's it questionable?
Kelly was brought to LSU for one reason. With the talent that we've got there, is to win a national championship. That's it. That's what teams do nowadays, Scooter. That's why they pay these big contracts, because that's what they want.
Okay,
it's
that's
no
valid.
waiting till tomorrow. It's no waiting around. We're going to groom this kid, whatever.
Okay,
Those days are gone.
I understand that. That should be the goal. But
Okay.
you say with the talent LSU has. Does LSU have more talent than Georgia?
I think LSU's got some talent. I think
Do
LSU
they have more talent than Georgia?
Maybe not up front, but skill position-wise, I say LSU can't compete with anybody.
I
Anybody.
agree.
Georgia's got some
Yeah.
dogs, man. You saw it Saturday. Georgia's got some dogs on that line, man.
They do.
I'm sorry.
And on defense.
That boy, the Texas quarterback was lost. He was lost.
They almost killed Quinn Ewers a couple of times.
He was
They
lost,
literally
Rick.
almost killed him.
And
No, his points are valid.
Kirby knew
His
what he was
points are
doing.
valid, and-
Kirby knew what he was doing. Kirby knew exactly what he was doing, man. He said that and this guy was a Heisman Trophy candidate. Where? When?
All right, let's get back on LSU though. So the defense is
Scooter.
getting better.
What, you a Heisman candidate?
The offensive line may have
Shit.
found the secret sauce to the running game. They got 158 against Arkansas.
It was decent, Rick. That
Now
was
this
decent.
Texas A&M defense
Much
is
better.
going to be another level.
It's much
Saturday
better,
at Kyle
man.
Field.
It is much better.
Another level.
It is.
This
Now,
is the last two teams in the conference that are unbeaten is the Aggies and
this
Tigers.
is when
so.
Kirby's got to earn his money right here, man. Going to
They're
College
very,
Station, man.
very similar teams.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's got to earn his money right
Teams
here.
and season. I mean, A&M would like their season opener back too.
Yeah.
Lost to Notre
do.
Dame,
They
and
would.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
they would.
Yep.
You know,
Yeah, I
Notre
like
Dame
LSU's
lost to
quarterback
Northern
more than
Illinois.
Connor Wegman.
Look, when you
Jared Nussmeier.
Probably,
when
yeah.
you
But
look at it, though-
LSU's passing game definitely better. Now A&M can flat run the ball.
Yeah.
they can.
Yeah, this
They
is going to
can.
be the Aggies, especially on defense. They're a beast. I think this is the game. This is their
No,
toughest
Rick,
game.
I agree with you.
From here out,
No,
is Texas A&M on the road.
Rick, they got to get
Prime
past this.
time?
Rick, we cannot go into Alabama with two losses.
Alabama,
We
not
can't.
withstanding.
Alabama comes to Baton Rouge.
Alabama comes to Baton Rouge.
Yeah,
We cannot
no,
go into
you're right.
Bama with the second loss, Rick. We can't.
No.
Can't have it.
No, I like
Sorry.
LSU's chances.
I do too,
I like
Rick.
this team.
do
I like
too.
this team
And
where
the
it's
thing
going.
is, Rick, look, this is what coaches got to understand.
I like
In
Derek
the
Nussmeier.
SEC, man, you can't hold your cards close to your chest. Man, you got to play ball. And if you got to throw it 3 out of the 4 downs, damn it, throw it.
Okay.
Throw the
All right.
ball, man.
Talk to Kalen DeBoer.
about
Talk to
Coach Brian
Kalen
Kelly.
DeBoer, who had Jalen Milroe throw the ball 50,000 times against Tennessee, and they lost.
They lost,
Let's
Rick.
move on to the blue and gold
They
and the
lost,
McNeese
Rick.
Cowboys.
They lost.
All right, they need Clifton McDowell. They need this finger on the throwing hand to get well. That's their best shot at beating
It
Nichols
is.
down in
It is. It is.
Come on, I'm not,
It
nothing
is.
against Six Killer.
No.
He's a good young quarterback, but he's just not
It's
dynamic
just
enough
too much.
right now.
It's just too much throwing at him right now.
McDowell
That's
gives
all.
you the threat of the legs.
He does, and that's what puts the defense back some. Makes them play soft, Rick. You got to have that threat. You do.
We got a Jekyll and Hyde defensively. You keep going to Houston Christian. It was a debacle on defense. I got it. You get Davey back, you get Boogsy back,
Right.
you get Triggers back, and then you got
That made
the
a
Jekyll
difference.
and Hyde. It made
You
a
play
huge
better.
difference.
You play better.
Because, Kevin, you get your dogs in there,
That's what
it
I've been
lifts all the
saying.
puppies, right?
Hello.
The
Hello.
puppies start playing like
Hello.
dogs,
Everybody
right?
starts barking then, okay?
Yeah.
Hello. Hello.
Everybody. Okay. Everybody starts barking. I got that.
You
All
got to
right.
have them dogs, Rick. Them dogs make a difference, man. And can I just say something? I don't mean to digress, but do you see what happened with Bama? Can't you see the difference between Nick Saban and
Yeah.
this guy? You don't have them dogs, Scooter.
This guy's been a winner everywhere.
15 penalties.
But you don't have them, Scooter. They don't play for this man like they played for Nick. You haven't noticed that?
1-5, 15
They don't play.
penalties against
Man,
Alabama.
look. Man, look. I'm telling you.
I don't think DeBoer
Nick's
has
got that
forgotten how to
special sauce
coach.
with these
I think
kids.
he
I
knows
don't
how to
either.
coach.
I don't either.
But some of this has to go on the players. Some of this has to go on
Rick.
the Alabama players. The Nickel State Colonels, yes, we all know what they did in Baton Rouge against LSU.
They gave
They
them a
have
game.
come down to earth. They beat
gave them a game.
Northwestern 20-0.
Northwestern is an expansion team.
Exactly.
Stop it,
So
stop
this
it.
is a
They
winnable
are.
game on the road for the Cowboys.
It
Go
is.
down there and bark
They have to, Rick.
and eat
They have to.
like Georgia. Will Wade
wanna
is
see what
coming up
Cowboys
next.
do well.
Cowboy basketball. Stay right there.
Hey, mister, are you a roto-rooter plumber?
Guilty.
Did you fix what flooded my house?
Sure did.
Toilet overflow?
Nope.
Pipe break?
Getting warmer.
Busted water heater?
Nailed it.
How long can you hold your breath? Is that your real hair? What's the birds and the bees? Do you know where my grandma is?
You know, I don't know.
What's next?
Wrapping up the water cleanup.
You do that too?
We do both.
Fair enough.
Call Roto-Rooter for plumbing and water cleanup. Yeah, we do both.
Locally owned Roto-Rooter of Southwest Louisiana does it all. Plumbing, drain cleaning, and water cleanup.
I love being an adult because bringing a fruit platter to a party takes on a whole new meaning. Don't tell anyone it's store-bought. Simply Spiked. It's getting juicy.
What's bugging you?
Is it ants? They're crazy, tiny, irritating pests outside trying to get in. At J&J, we offer weapons to locate, eliminate, and prevent their entering your home or business. Let us take care of what's bugging you. Contact us today for a free inspection.
And it's good. The Miller Lights win the big game.
You're right, Luke. Miller Lite is less filling and tastes great.
Wait, is this a dream?
No, Luke. This is a Miller Lite commercial.
We're back at Caesars Sportsbook Horseshoe. I screwed that one up. My bad. I keep wanting to say Horseshoe Casino. And
No, don't do that.
Yeah.
Whatever you do, just don't say LeBears, though.
Yeah.
Okay? We'll be out this month. We'll be gone, Rick.
4, 3, 2.
We're back at Caesars Sportsbook Horseshoe Lake Charles, where you can win 100 times odds on craps. The only casino in Southwest Louisiana that you can do it. It's right here at Horseshoe Lake Charles. And when you want good eats and great times, it's Bruce Brothers right next door to Caesars Sportsbook right here. Let's welcome back in McNeese basketball coach Will Wade. Join us earlier in the week. We got on to a lot of things in regards to the roster, the meshing of the new players with the returning players and the returning staff. The schedule. A lot has been made of the schedule, in particular the non-conference schedule. I would say it's amped up. You got number 2 Alabama sitting there. And you got Santa Clara coming into the Legacy Center, and you said these guys will be the best team ever to play to date at Legacy Center. That's Santa Clara.
Yeah, I mean our schedule. Look, we got an opportunity to upgrade the schedule, and we took it.
Yeah.
I mean the opener against South Dakota State is going to be brutal. We're playing them up in South Dakota. I don't know if you know this is not an easy trip up there from down here.
Yeah.
There's no good way to get to Sioux Falls from here.
Yeah.
But I mean, not only that, they've won their league back-to-back years. They played Iowa State really close in the 2-15 game this past year in the NCAA tournament. They played Iowa State a heck of a lot closer than we played Gonzaga, and they've had really good players. We're going to be playing 45 minutes from their campus, and so it's going to be a extremely tough game. Move from that, certainly we're on the road at Alabama, who may be arguably the best team in the country.
Yeah.
We come back, we play North Texas at home, who's really good. If it wasn't for having Santa Clara on the schedule, North Texas would be the best team that we've played. We've played, and so North Texas is going to be really good. Then we go from there to the Virgin Islands. You know, that's really being able to get into the tournament at the Virgin Islands was a tribute to how we played last year. And,
that's nice.
And it was, you know, one of those deals where we got invited because we had a good season last year. And, you know, we couldn't sign that contract quick enough. When they sent it to us, we signed that thing the same day.
So who will you play there?
If we open with Illinois State, then we could play potentially UAB, Kansas State. There's a bunch of good teams there. So that'll be a really good term. We come back and play Santa Clara, who's picked 3rd in the West Coast Conference. They have a transfer from LSU. They have another kid from Ponchatoula. And so that'll be a good game. Then we play Mississippi State on a neutral court in Tupelo, although that's not so neutral, but we play them, and then we finish out our non-conference at ULL, US, whatever. They want to be called something different every week.
That'll be a good game.
I don't know what they want to be called this week, but
it's a tough non-conference.
We close out at the Cajun Dome down there, so it's a really tough non-conference game. Look, we're not going to clip off 30 wins like we did last year. Just our non-conference. We're going to have some tough times through our non-conference, but I think it's going to help us improve and help us be ready. We just weren't ready for Showtime last year when we got to the big stage. We just weren't ready. We didn't have enough in the tank. We hadn't played enough of those guys, and I think the non-conference will do that. And quite frankly, our league's gotten better. Obviously, we added Stephen F. Austin, but Nichols is good, Corpus is good, UIW is good, Lamar is good. Like our league, everybody's risen in our league as well. So I thought challenging ourselves in the non-conference was going to be really important.
I'll say it so you don't have to. You're going to win the league. Okay.
I mean, coaches hate that.
The polls have spoken.
That.
It really doesn't do
well,
you
we
any
got
good,
we only got 21 of the 24. Now we had to vote. 2 of those we had to vote for somebody else. Yeah. But we had one person.
One person.
So really,
one person. We got one who's not a believer scooter.
But what I'm saying is, Now that you're established, you know, with the Cowboys, there's no benefit just to stacking up non-conference wins.
No, what do you mean?
You need the experience of your non-conference games once the big tournament starts.
Well, you need the experience, and then also you're trying to get as good a seed as you can get.
Yes.
I mean, the difference between a 10 seed, 11 seed, 12 seed, 13 seed, 14, I mean, there's a big difference in winning percentage now. There's a huge difference in winning percentage just between a 12 and a 13 and an 11 and a 12. The 11 and 12 is not as big as the 12 and the 13.
Yeah.
And so it's also making sure your resume is such and resume is good enough that you can sustain, sustain through the non-conference to where, because that's part of your resume. It's a huge part of your resume because that's the only part of our schedule we get to choose. The conference hands us the conference schedule.
You're right.
So they look at, hey, this is what you get to choose, and how you do against those guys makes a big difference.
Coach, I'm a firm believer, and I've always said it with these guys too. To be the best, you got to play the best.
Right.
And one of the things that I looked at, just to go back a little bit, Coach,
When
I looked at the Gonzaga game, and
be the best.
It didn't. The thing to me, Coach, that got away real early was the threes. And as a coach, how do you overcome that when those guys are just boom,
well,
boom,
it was the threes.
Boom. How do you overcome that though?
It was just their size and their overall athleticism and quickness and how fast they could get the ball up the court. I mean, it was a combination of all those things.
Yeah.
It wasn't. I mean, the threes were a byproduct of all the other stuff that they had going on and that they just whipped us on.
Yeah.
And so we as a different breed of cattle, man. It's just a totally different breed of cattle. And we hadn't been around that in a while, in a long time. And then, for honest, I mean, Michigan had a down year last year. UAB was really good and ended up winning their league, and VCU had a really good year. But we hadn't played a team with that size and that physicality and that level of skill around the size and physicality. And we were shell shocked, and then we didn't have any deposits in the bank or anything in the memory reservoir to go back to say, hey, this is what it's like. And so we'll have plenty of those experiences this year. We'll be hardened for it. But I think that we'll be better off long term, although short term there may be a little bit of panic on things, but long term we'll be fine.
Yeah. Will Wade, McNeese head basketball coach, has joined us here at Caesars Sportsbook. Horseshoe Lake Charles, of course, the defending Southland Conference champions, and first time in 22 years you get to the NCAA with your appearance last year. I asked you last week about size. You mentioned after the Gonzaga NCAA tournament game, we got to get bigger, got to get stronger. I asked you something about that in regards to the addition of size, and you used an interesting phrase, positional size. And you don't have to have twin towers. You don't have 2 7-footers, but you got to be big in the right spot.
Yeah.
And that's you. That's you. That's not me. That's you.
No, I said that. Yeah, you've got to be big. Like everybody looks at size like you've got to just go get all these 7-footers. Well, 7-footer we're going to get at McNeese ain't going to be as good as a 7-footer they're going to get at Gonzaga.
You're right.
But we do have to get a little bit bigger there. But the bigger issue was on the wings, at the 3 and at the 4, at the power forward, and even at the 2. Now we got a 6'5" 2, we got a 6'6" 3, we got a 6'9" 4, we got a 6'9" 5, and then we can place 6'3", 6'4" at point. We just got some positional size where we're bigger because. You don't have to throw the ball in the post these days to a traditional 5. You can throw the ball to your 2. You can throw the ball to your 3. You can throw the ball to your 4. You can throw the ball to a lot of different people in the post to try to draw fouls and score at the rim. And so I think that we did get better just in terms of our positional size. We got better particularly at the 2, 3, and 4. We needed to get better at the 2, 3, and 4. We weren't anywhere near where we needed to be, and we looked like a low to mid-major team when we walked out there against Gonzaga. I mean, that's just what it was. Yeah. My staff, we were in there at halftime. My staff's doing that. I said, guys, look, we got a personnel issue, man. There's no, we sit here and
we X and O, X's and O's all
do whatever we want, but
we can't make our guys grow taller.
That's not solving the fact that they're 3-mans taller than our center.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just the facts of life.
Yeah.
What did you take from the Costa Rica trip?
Yeah, it was great. The El Salvador travel.
El Salvador.
It's all the same.
Yeah.
They're all the same.
Salvador, Costa Rica.
They're all Central American countries on the coast there. But I mean, look, it was a good trip. I thought, we got some games, we got some practices, and I think we're a little bit further ahead, having come out of the trip. the guys got to spend some time together off the court, got to do some things off the court. And so I thought it was overall a positive experience, and hopefully it'll allow us to get off to a quick start.
Last 30 seconds, we'd be remiss. Christian Shoemaker. He is a dynamic player at any level, mid-major, any level, all right?
No doubt.
He's done some work in the offseason in regards to his outside perimeter shot.
I hope you're going to call him Christian Shoemake.
Yeah.
He's making shots. That would be what we have.
20-second scouting report on his outside shooting and what he means to his team.
It's improved. His free throw shooting's improved.
Yeah.
He's an elite athlete. He's going to rebound. He's going to do what he does. And so, hopefully his hard work in the offseason with shooting will translate to the games.
Got to be a shoemaker. We appreciate you coming in. That is Will Wade, head basketball coach of McNeese State Cowboys. We'll return with final round of the show. Stay right there.
He takes the handoff. It's a refurbish.
When you can't rely on technology, you can rely on Mountain Cold Refreshment.
Dave's back on.
Coors Light. Choose chill.
J&J Exterminating is here for you with our water damage sanitation treatments and wood protective borate treatments. There is no charge for home evaluations. Contact your local J&J Exterminating professional.
Now's the perfect time to enjoy your amazing backyard. Unless you have a mosquito problem, contact the experts at J&J Exterminating and take advantage of $50 off initial service. Make this summer the best ever with J&J Exterminating.
J&J Exterminating. Yeah.
What are you doing with the Johnson sofa?
They had a pipe break. Water leaked all over.
Really?
I'm a Roto-Rooter plumber.
Really?
We do water cleanup too.
Really?
Yeah.
Call Roto-Rooter for plumbing and water cleanup.
Locally owned Roto-Rooter of Southwest Louisiana does it all. Plumbing, drain cleaning, and water cleaning. We're back here at Caesars Sportsbook, Horseshoe Lake Charles. Best in sports betting action right here. And you see the screens behind us? All the live sports action you want. It's called the patio. Come on down to Caesars Sportsbook. Call the patio. All the live action you want right here. And best in sports betting. Are you ready? I asked you guys to do your homework. The top 5 SEC teams right now at the midway point. Here is mine. Are you ready?
Give it to me.
Georgia, the dogs are eating.
No-brainer,
Texas, I got them down to number. This is in the SEC now. LSU, Tennessee, and A&M. You can't argue with that, gentlemen.
No, you can't. No.
Georgia, Texas, LSU up to number 3.
You think Texas should be 2, though?
It's close. I think it's close between LSU and the Longhorns.
Okay.
I think Texas. You play against that up-level Georgia.
Yeah.
I think they
got surprised.
They kind of unveil some
things. They got
things,
surprised. They got exposed too in a number of ways. They got
Georgia, Texas, A&M, LSU, Tennessee.
I don't see how you go A&M above LSU because of the quarterback. I'm just like I'm all in on Garrett Nussmeier. I'm all in on Garrett Nussmeier.
I'm with you, Rick. I'm not going to put Texas A&M in front of my Tigers. No, A&M come after my Tigers. I'm
LSU, you think it's high as 3?
I have a hard time with Texas being 2, but I'm going to live with it.
You're going to live with it for now. The dogs are eating. Cowboys, you better eat good down in Thibodaux. We're out of time. We'll do it next time.
Always.
Right here at Caesars Sportsbook on CBS Lake Charles.